I spoiled the shirts.
No, well, you also have to support local creators, you know?
Yeah, you gotta support local business. Otherwise, what are you even doing?
Exactly.
So, subscribe to the channel or we're gonna kill you. Hello and welcome to the Irresponsible Comic Book Podcast.
Oh gosh.
What a crazy... That escalated quickly. We're only 30 seconds in. I just
surprise
said I'd murder somebody. Anyways.
I don't know if YouTube will like that.
Yeah, that's not
Should
good.
we start over?
No, too late.
Nah. You can just like bleep that portion out.
I'll just do that.
Just hit it with a bleep.
Yeah, no. We're already gonna be demonetized already by them, so we're fine.
Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, we're not even at the monetization state, so it doesn't really matter.
This podcast
nope, we're demonetized already.
Sponsored actually by the Lizard Lounge.
Who are they?
It's a local business to us. It's ran by me.
Well, by you two, not by me.
Yeah, I actually
they're not local in my area.
Yeah, it's local to us. Me and the resident expert. But yeah,
it is local to everybody else in the United States because they do ship.
Yes, I do.
United States wise.
All over the United States. Not internationally yet, but maybe I'll go to Canada soon. I don't know. Ship it up there. I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know what international shipping costs. It's probably expensive. So
you should be able to ship to Canada, maybe just not Quebec.
Oh.
Since Quebec has weird shipping laws.
Oof. Really interesting.
Yeah.
But anyways, I have these shirts available up on my site by the time you're seeing this, and multiple other designs. I have a regular Charizard that's not shiny. I'll have Greninja, shiny Greninja. I don't know if you guys know Pokemon. This is more about content.
Never heard of it.
You know, I'm a big Pokemon guy, so that's our sponsor for today. Let's talk about the latest and greatest comic book news. We've got a couple different segments today. We're going to be covering Multiverse of Madness / Fantastic Four. We're covering the CW shows, and we're covering more Multiverse of Madness stuff, actually. Right? That's the first segment, right? Yes.
First segment. I don't know. You're the one that set it up.
I don't know.
You're the one that set it up.
This is episode 10, right?
This is episode 10. I'm kind of putting the puzzle pieces together as we go. See, I set you all up. I knew what I was talking about. But that's kind of how Multiverse of Madness felt. Is like we just kind of walked into it, and the directors just like threw stuff together. There's a couple things in particular we're going to talk about that sort of make it feel that way. One of the recent interviews with the showrunners talks about how the empty seat in the Illuminati room was supposed to be for Namor, like the
don't you mean movie guys, the movie people?
Yeah,
it's not really much of a showrunner. They're not running a show.
Well, I guess the directors, and I don't know if it was the director or writer. I don't remember. There's too many. I read too many articles about Multiverse of Madness this week. But I know
you did.
Somebody from the production team basically said that seat was open for Namor, and possibly they were even trying to get at one point Tom Cruise for Superior Iron Man, and it just never happened. And so like that chair was just ended up being empty, and it obviously wasn't for Strange Supreme or Supreme Strange, because he was dead and like his seat was filled by Mordo, so they just kind of left a seat in there and didn't try and like edit it out, and it seems like weird to do that. So basically they said also that like, oh, we just didn't know whether or not we wanted him to show up in here or if we wanted him to show up in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So it just seems like a big old mess. What do you guys think about that?
I think it makes more sense to show up in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Especially since we don't know what's going on with that movie at all.
Yeah.
Like, it's been up in airs for a long time, and pretty much everybody that I hear who is supposed to be affiliated with the movie is like, no, I don't want to be in the movie.
Really? Yeah, that's not actually that.
Feel like it. it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Well, like they're trying to find somebody to put on the suit, and
nobody wants to take that from him. So
no one.
Yeah, I understand.
So they might end up having to do like a White Wolf as the Black Panther kind of deal.
Yeah. I don't know how that would go over. Probably not super well.
Well, as long as he's actually as White Wolf and not Black Panther.
True.
Like, as long as he's in the White Wolf costume. Like, I think it would be fine.
I agree. Yeah. And we don't really know where his story was going next based on, the Captain America movie. Other than, like, they were sort of on good terms, Sam and Bucky. So he could show up there and he could be watching over Zemo sort of thing. Just, like, in the same way that, like, Wong watches over Abomination or something like that. So it's like
I think that would make sense.
Contingency sort of thing. Now that like they've lost some of their best heroes, they're like gonna have to rely on villains. It sort of seems like.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? Yeah. So that's one of the big things. They also talked about how that chair could have been filled by Tom Cruise, and that never happened. I do, like you said, like the idea of Namor showing up in the Black Panther movie instead as like a more firm introduction, but I don't know why it made sense to like leave that chair just sitting there. It wasn't even clear that it was for him, or for Strange Supreme or anybody. Like they just left the chair open, and it seems weird to me. Like the more I think about it,
I mean, it also leaves like that little bit of ambiguousness. Like maybe like that's the chair that was for Professor Xavier. Like,
and then he
maybe,
but he didn't need a chair.
I mean, I get that it leaves questions. I think it's just a weird question now that like the rest of the team is destroyed. You're like, okay, so that chair is just gonna be. They're never gonna revisit it.
Here's the thing, Evan.
Are they not the whole team? Well, I think all of them are the Shreks, maybe, but there is. I did read one article saying that Professor X knew that this was going to happen, so he came prepared. Supposedly, like he's seen.
Which one of them survived?
Yep, correct.
Really?
Mordo.
Oh yeah, Mordo did survive actually. So that could be.
So he is the Sorcerer Supreme. Sorcerer Supreme usually wears the Eye of Agamotto.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably got it locked away somewhere. They still have the stones. They've said that they had the stones.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
So all he has to do is go get the Eye of Agamotto and reverse time on the Illuminati members that got murked.
What if that's how Wanda comes back too? Now that you mentioned that, what if that's how they go and visit, Strange's Earth, just or the 616, right? They come to the 616 and they're like, "All right, Wanda, you need to pay for your crimes." They bring her back, and then
not really. I mean, they could, but they could be like, "Yeah, whatever, let's just go back in time." They could just erase the time that they never met.
Based off of the rules that universe set in place, the 838.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like they wouldn't go into the 616 in a attempt to not break the multiverses.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Or make a what do they call it?
I guess they
time. Yeah. Yeah, a time code.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, there is no Avengers in that 818. It was just pure Illuminati.
Yeah.
That took out Thanos.
That's true. Well, there could have been an Avengers team, but essentially they're the top of the top sort of thing.
Yeah. Like, so they're like the Illuminati is the main people that flopped Thanos pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think. I thought about it for like 2 extra seconds when you mentioned that. Oh yeah, no, they wouldn't go in there and try and start an incursion. They also wouldn't bring Wanda back to like lock her up. That's so silly. So like obviously Wanda would have to be alive, but they could come and show up.
They could take the Wanda that got dreamwalked.
Yeah, they could, or they could also just like imprison. Or they could, if they were going to come to the 616, it would be to like capture Wanda because she's still alive, sort of thing. So we could still see him again.
I think I don't think so. Like, this is a little bit of me wanting it, but I think if we
Yeah.
see anybody from the 838 again, it's going to be Franklin Richards.
Pretty much, yep. Mr. Fantastic.
Interesting. That's I mean, yeah, I guess.
Because he would go to the 616 to get avenge his father.
Yeah, but it depends on what age he is at that time, though. That's a big question.
It doesn't really matter, as he's super
just
young,
gonna be,
anyways.
Yeah,
He's usually anywhere between like 6 and 14 in the comics.
Yeah.
And even when he's like 6 years old, he makes time dilation fields out of Legos.
Yeah. He's the smartest man alive.
No, I get that he's the most powerful being. He's the most powerful person, but like, you know, if he's actually gonna do it, then they have to give him a certain age for him to actually look for revenge at that time.
I think they would make him somewhat more of an older person if they brought him in.
Exactly.
Okay. I wanted to bring up another point about like that big old Illuminati fight. Is none of those actors were ever like in the room together. They all CGI'd. They were all CGI'd into that. Did it like their own recordings by themselves behind a green screen. They never interacted. Elizabeth Olsen never met John. Never probably met Professor X. She was. They weren't in the same room because of COVID stuff. Or secrets. I don't know.
Are you sure? I don't think so.
Oh, it's 100% sure. Yeah, Elizabeth Olsen did like. This isn't proof, but like they later clarified that it was true. She did like the lie detector test, and they like showed her a picture of Jim from The Office, and they're like, "Hey, do you know this man?" And she goes, "No," and it like passed the test, and she like cleared it because they actually never met. So she said, "Yeah, no, we've never met." In that interview, I don't know who does it. I think it's like Variety or somebody like that who does those little lie detector tests with the movie stars and like artists about like when they have like albums coming out, sort of thing. So like
was it before or after the movie premiere?
They dropped the interview before, but like
it's probably pre-recorded.
It
has to be pre-recorded. If it's before the movie, it has to be pre-recorded because they're trying to make some lies saying we never see that person in the movie.
Well, no, they clarified after that interview, and like Elizabeth Olsen said it in a different separate interview down the road that she literally had never met John. So they never had him on stage. They never had any of them in the same room, is what that article cleared up. So
they just knew based off. They did kind of like the
they did like all this
animation, sound booth kind of stuff, where they would be like, "This is the line that's said to you, like we need you to say this line back with this kind of cadence, so on and so forth."
Yeah, pretty much.
So.
But she never met like Anson Molt, who played Black Bolt. She never met. Never met Haley Atwell. Like none of them. They were not in the same room at all. None of them met each other. They had no. So like, there's like even a scene that's like got pointed out in a meme today. I can send it in the group later. But it's basically like when Reed is getting like turned into spaghetti, Captain Marvel and Captain Carter just kind of stand there and like look weird at it and like don't do anything.
I saw it. Yeah.
They don't even get into a stance. It's because like they didn't know
what was going on.
Even if it was like storyboarded, like they're just like told to like these vague directions probably. And then they like chop it all up and put it all into the same scene down the road, and then like things like that end up looking silly. Which, as like the more I like think about it and see these like random little things that are silly, I go, oh man, I don't feel like Marvel just had it together for this one. And I know that like a lot of the criticism comes because there's like not enough of the cameos and stuff like that, but it's also like the little details for me that like it's not. I don't think it's bad by any means, but like some of the things like the extra chair being there, and that little scene where like they're just like staring at him getting shredded apart, and they don't even like try to attack Wanda during that because they never. It's just like
Well, to be fair, in a room that they would all be standing together, even then they wouldn't attack because
I think it would have
exactly. You have to be smart, but you can't just full in charge like an idiot.
Well, I think
full in charge like
you can't just give away your most powerful hero's power in front of the supervillain.
That too. That's the biggest, that's the silliest, like, most made fun of moment from the movie. That, or like seen a lot of people hate on like the ice cream song, which they go, it's cringy, but it's like, that's kids singing a song. And then like the other most made fun of moment is the fight between America and Wanda, where like she like comes up and punches her and she goes, uh-huh. You're like, wait a minute, what? And, like, you don't think about it in the movie, but then like you like rewatch it a second time,
when we were sitting there watching the movie, when America punched her the first time and had her star power go off the first time, she goes, uh-huh. I was like, that's a little bit of a weird line.
Yeah.
But like ultimately, like, it doesn't really matter because the movie was still pretty decent.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, maybe not as good as I thought it was going to be, but it was still like, I still really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, exactly. And
so,
I did too. But yeah, a lot of. It
doesn't sound like it because you're like nitpicking every little thing you are. You little.
No, I'm not. I'm just bringing up the things that are really bad.
Yeah, you are. You're nitpicking. You're nitpicking it. That's why.
It's typical. We talked about this last week, and I said I loved it. I just have seen more stuff, and I go, okay, yeah, that's pretty embarrassing. You know what I mean?
Like, I haven't really read too much of it because I don't want to like go back and like watch the movie again and be like, okay, it sucks because I read it. Like, because I read that, I don't want to go back and be like, oh, this movie sucks now.
Yeah.
I'd rather it just stay at the point where I thought it was pretty enjoyable. I thought it was pretty decent. Like,
either way.
Yeah.
Either way, this movie's not going to beat the greatest movie of all time, Morbius.
It's time to get Morb, Scarlet Witch. I wish we had him in that movie. Goddamn. Oh, here's one last thing that a lot of people have had issues with, and it kind of ties into the next segment here. Is the guy who was originally supposed to play Mr. Fantastic wasn't even John. They were trying to cast Daniel Craig. How do you guys feel about that casting if it had happened?
I think that would have been a good casting.
Yeah.
It would have been, but, you know.
Yeah.
I still would have preferred John.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
I love John. I think he is a great dude in general, and like he's like the perfect Mr. Fantastic in my head. But I also don't think Daniel Craig would
no disrespect to Bond, like Evan, but no disrespect to Mr. Bond, but I prefer a little bit more like, you know, a more, you know, younger-ish guy kind of, you know.
Yeah, that's fair too. Yeah. There's like some concept art that Boss Logic did that'll actually should be in the thumbnail of this video. It's like he actually looks pretty decent in like a suit.
No, yeah.
But I kind of agree with that too. He's a little bit older, and they'd have to kind of cast older.
Well, I think they meant to try to do a little bit older because that scene in the movie where they said, "Do you have kids?"
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, I got kids." She's like, "Good, then they'll have somebody to still take care of them."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he is 54 years old. You know, I'm looking at him. He's 54 years old right now. Craig is.
Okay.
John
is probably 40 something, maybe even older 40s, but
I think he's like 45.
He definitely looks a bit younger. Like he just has a younger face, even with the beard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's 42.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. I think I
think
he'd be really good. But that kind of takes us. Wait, what were you gonna say? If you have one there.
Well, John Karczynski is the answer to, you know, everything, because he's 42.
Oh my gosh.
And he's Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. Oh my
God. And he made 2 appearances. He made two MCU appearances. Not just this one. He made one before, and you all never saw it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's Jimmy. Oh God. Okay, well that brings us perfectly into our next segment, really, because even though we have this like uncertainty right now, we get to talk a little bit about what we want the Fantastic (4) look like. So obviously, it seems like John is the guy at this point. We would love. I think we'd all agree we want to see him come back in the Fantastic Four movie.
Everybody wanted him.
Yeah.
Well, and then rumor is that he is the person that's going to be directing the movie, anyways.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
So
I've seen The Quiet Place, at least the first one. I haven't seen the second one yet, but
well, the second one I thought had get better reviews than the first one did.
Oh yeah,
if I remember correctly.
I wouldn't even be surprised. It was the first one was great. I just haven't set aside a time to sit down and watch the second one. But like, he is a good director.
Oh, the Quiet Place?
Yeah, Quiet Place it's the first one's phenomenal. Like, he does a great job, and the fact that like he's also starring in it shows that he can do both.
Quiet Place 1 got 7.5 on IMDb, 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, and 82% on Metacritics.
Dang.
Yep.
That Rotten Tomato score is high. I mean,
Quiet Place 2.
I don't think it can get higher than that.
Quiet Place 2 is 7.2%, 91, 71.
Okay.
Yep.
That's okay.
Correct.
They're both very good.
All good numbers.
Oh yeah. None of those are bad. I think that it shows, just like because he's starring in that first one, that like he knows how to get involved in the more he's involved with it, the better it goes even. So
because he wasn't actually he wasn't in The Quiet Place 2 like at all, I believe.
Yeah. No, spoilers for A Quiet Place. He dies.
Well, I know, but like, there's always flashback scenes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
I think there was a chance that there was some flashback scenes in the movie. I haven't seen it yet, but
yeah.
But yeah, I would love to see John Karczynski reprise his role as Mr. Fantastic. And everything that I hear is that he will, and then his wife will be playing Susie Storm.
I would love it. I would love it. Who would we want to play Johnny Blaze?
Well,
see, that's kind of interesting. Like, if we're going with the older Fantastic Four, I don't have anybody that like pops out as a Johnny Blaze or as a Johnny Storm, not a Johnny Blaze. Johnny Blaze is different.
Johnny Blaze is different. Johnny Blaze is Ghost Rider. Fuck. My bad. I just think fire.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Johnny Storm.
Very professional of you.
I know. I'm sorry.
Like, because he's a little bit taller, he's a little bit skinnier. Yeah. And like, Daniel Craig actually doesn't seem like he would be that bad of a Johnny Storm.
You also, though, have to like look at who you have for Sue Storm and as Mr. Fantastic, though, and kind of cast with that in mind, because it's a team there. You don't get, a solo Human Torch movie.
Yeah, I mean, but it has to be someone young. It has to be someone that has to be like a bit of a daredevil as well, kind of, you know.
Yeah, kind of like a hotshot younger guy. Chris Evans was a good, back when he was younger. Like, that was a good casting, I think.
As Chris Evans, yeah.
Chris, but like, obviously you can't do Chris Evans now. Unless you want to get really fucking crazy with it, but you have to look at like somebody.
People be like to swap bodies or whatever.
Yeah, because Sue Storm.
You know what would be actually kind of an interesting one? Bradley Cooper. I know he's already in the MCU, but he only voices Rocket.
Yeah,
he doesn't actually do anything besides voice Rocket.
That's true.
So I think Bradley Cooper would be a good, like, Johnny Storm.
Okay. Yeah, just like in the same way that people thought Black Bolt could have been Vin Diesel.
Oh God, no!
Even though he only voices Groot though, so.
But
Black Bolt as Vin Diesel? No, I cannot see that.
Vin Diesel wouldn't be too bad either, though.
People wanted it. Wait, who?
Why?
Vin Diesel as the Thing.
Oh.
Maybe actually, I would not be a.
That's like you want somebody who's naturally big, and he's pretty naturally big. Like,
he is naturally big, but he does get kind of lazy though.
Yeah,
I would Batista. Yeah, because he's already kind of like in that role, but he, he's Drax, and he doesn't want to be Drax anymore, anyways.
And I don't think.
I think his character's finally coming to an end.
Yeah, I don't think.
So like, if that role was available, Batista would be a good person if he wasn't already in the MCU. If
he wasn't,
Okay,
I get you. He does not.
So like Vin Diesel,
I can tell you that right now.
Be that bad of a choice, I think.
Yeah.
No. I think that'd be like a safe pick, kind of maybe.
I mean, you could also go with The Rock.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, you could, but The Rock will be a little bit different. The Rock will kind of like take over everything else, and focus the camera more on the thing instead of the other one else.
True. The Rock wants the screen time. You also like
The Rock.
He also wanna...
no lie though, The Rock is a bit of a dick.
Yeah, no.
Behind the scenes,
from what I've heard, he has like a little bit of an ego sort of thing with his
exactly.
screen time. I don't know for sure. I can't say for certain, but
I
have heard.
Take it, Jason Momoa.
Yeah. See, I feel like all these guys were like typecasting him. I can't think of somebody else who'd be like a good person to like fill in next to the other two that we already most likely have. That's the problem, because you have to like get a group that like has some sort
actually
of
works
like,
well together.
Yeah, like chemistry. And you could just like have a team and or random people that like look the role and then build that chemistry through filming. But I feel like it makes way more sense to just have a group of people that like seem to like fit. You can't just like I don't know.
Okay, so bear with me one last time.
Okay.
We got you.
I'm going with Bradley Cooper because I actually think that's a really good fit for Johnny Storm.
Yeah, I agree.
But the Thing, Rainn Wilson.
Oh,
God damn it! This can't just be The Office, okay?
Oh,
Dwight.
They should actually just gender bend Johnny and just make it the actor who plays Pam. There you go.
I don't know about that one.
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. No.
Jen Fisher.
Yeah, I think that's her name, Jen Fisher. But yeah, no, I don't even know.
I've seen a lot of people saying that they want Rainn Wilson as Doom.
Oh my!
Because it would be really funny to have Doom across from like Rainn Wilson across from Jim as like Doom. I don't think it would work at all.
I think it'd be
It won't. It'll be a total meme of saying, it finally happened. Jim versus Dwight.
It would just be a big old meme. They couldn't actually do it though. They could do it. Could be like Doom could be like putting out like a fake version of him, or like a illusion, or like a fake robot or something, and it's Rainn Wilson as a joke, and then like they kill him, and then it's like Doom is actually somebody like way more intimidating. That'd be hilarious though, as like a one-off joke. Now I want that.
I had said originally, I had a friend ask me the same question about who would I want to see as Doom.
Yeah. Okay.
And the first person that came to my head was actually Michael Fassbender.
Who is he?
He's
Magneto.
Magneto.
Oh, the young one, the young version, right?
Young man.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
That was the
That
first
wouldn't be a bad choice.
mine as Doom for me.
That wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, he's a pretty intimidating dude. I think he'd be good.
And then my friend said Alan Tudyk, but
no, that would not work.
I don't think that would be a bad choice.
I don't like that at all.
But
that makes me want to jump.
But I like Michael Fassbender as my Doom.
See, there's so many people from like the X-Men universe that I'd want back as their characters, and he's one of them. But like, I could also see that and go, yeah, let's get behind that. That's so tough. Would you rather see? Let's do a poll here. Would you rather see him as Magneto or as Doom?
Yeah, we can definitely let's poll it in the comments and see, or let's do a thing on
Instagram,
Twitter, or whatever.
Yeah, let's do that.
And we'll do a poll.
Okay, I like that.
And the audience will have to vote. So
follow us on Twitter. It's in the description. It's you just look up Ultra. It's also sitting right down here. Ultra Films HQ.
Yep.
Yeah, that's dude. I could see it go either way. I don't know. Yeah, all three of those roles are. I think now that you have John in the role, and his wife's gonna be Sue most likely, that you go, okay. Now how do we fill this out with the rest of the surrounding cast? And I think you could make I think to make it easier, you don't bring in Doom quite yet, even though they're starting to tease him, and you just like lead with Kang being the main villain of their story for the first part.
Well, did you hear that they're thinking about doing the what is it? So Secret Invasion is supposed to be like Doom.
Oh, damn.
Like Doom centric.
Okay. Oh God.
And
so he'll be there before Fantastic Four.
They're thinking about just canceling putting the Doom role as King instead.
Really?
Yeah.
For Secret Invasions or for Secret War?
I think it might be Secret War.
Yeah.
I mean, they could do the King thing, but depending how well they're going to do. I mean, obviously, King is definitely going to be the next big guy. But depends how well what's going to happen with Ant-Man and the Blossom and the Quantumania.
Yeah.
As well.
That's the next.
We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. See what happens there.
Yeah, they just.
But I think if they want to play safe, they should just give us a Doom role for Secret Wars because it's going to be an all-out war pretty much when that comes.
When is Quantumania coming out again? Early 2023.
Early 2023, I believe.
Okay. We're gonna get that before Loki season 2, which just started.
Correct.
Filming.
Yeah.
But so we'll see Kang and Quantumania before Loki season 2, and I don't know if that'll have implications. I would assume it does, because this Kang that we get in Quantumania will be probably the new threat that we see in Loki.
So February 17th, 2023.
Okay, yeah, we're getting that.
So before... a day before my birthday.
Oh,
after my birthday.
Oh snap! That's
so you're gonna go see it on your birthday?
Yeah, that Thursday.
Maybe.
Yeah, the early
showings. No, you're going to go see it on your birthday.
It's your it's your birthday present, okay?
We're gonna fly out there. You're gonna go see it on your birthday.
We're taking you out to the theater. You don't have a choice.
Grab that base for me, and then whap it in your hand one time. But for me.
Oh man. I also want to run another poll based around the Fantastic Four stuff. So we're gonna run the
bad record, buddy. Got your bad record out. Wow. I'll whack you behind the fucking head.
Jeez. So we're gonna run the Michael Fassbender and whether he should play Doom or Magneto, and then we're also gonna run a second poll on if we'd rather, for the first Fantastic Four movie, see Kang as the villain or Doom. So those will be 2 polls that we throw up on the Twitter. I'm
gonna play it safe, but I'm gonna say we're gonna see both of them. We're gonna see Kang first, and then once Secret Wars
kills Kang, takes his spot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, perfect. Yep. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
that'd be insane.
Because you have to be honest, you cannot have Secret Wars without Doom.
No, you can't.
If you think about it.
Not at all. Okay. Well, I think that's pretty much all we have for those segments. Is there anything you guys want to talk Fantastic Four based, or
not really? Just,
the only thing I really want to say is I know a lot of people are upset that we didn't get Tom Cruise.
Ooh, yeah.
Hopefully they said that he was supposed to be there, but I think that they deleted his scene.
No, I don't get him in at all. Yeah. He was too busy with Top Gun.
Maverick.
Yeah, Maverick.
I don't know if you've seen any of the deleted or the interviews or anything for that movie, but he literally had every one of the pilots, actors that are playing the pilots, go through flight school.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
they are all flying those planes, every single one of them.
Good.
Oh yeah,
that's sick.
And they're shooting their own scenes. Like they have to direct themselves in the movie, while they're in the planes.
Wow.
It's kind of crazy. Just from watching some of the interviews, it made me go from I could not see it to
I have to see it.
I really want to see it.
That's pretty insane because a lot of people have actually been wondering where Miles Teller has been for so long. They're like he hasn't been doing any movies, probably because he was in flight school.
They did. They went through basic training, legitimate basic training for the Navy.
Yeah.
Then they went through flight school, and then the legitimate flight training in the Navy. So they all know how to fly the M16s or B16s, whatever they're called.
That's nutty.
like every one of the actors know how to fly that plane now.
That's crazy. That's basically what my roommate's doing right now, but not the Navy piece, the last piece there. He's like learning. He's getting his pilot's license right now, though. So it's an intensive thing. Like he has to go out and fly like multiple days a week, every week, to try and get his hours logged. So wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now I'm gonna go see that movie for sure. Learning that, I have the same reaction. Okay. Well, let's jump into this last little segment here. We're going to be talking about some DC stuff. There's been a slaughter at DC over at the CW. Everything's dead. Everything's gone.
Canceled.
Honestly, if you think about it, like ever since when they let go of Elongated Man, the actor, everything just went downhill after that.
Oh, man.
It's kind of correct, actually.
He's not wrong at all, though, actually, now that you think about it.
Everything went downhill after that. They let him go over some stupid shit.
He was the best part of the show, and then they replaced him with somebody who... I don't even know who they replaced him with, because I haven't been watching since.
They replaced him with someone that was... They replaced him with some other funny guy, and I think they added that he was also not to be anti-homophobic, but he's supposed to be gay or queer or something as well.
Yeah, he's also it's the African American guy. I don't remember his name, but he's also he's supposed to play the funny guy that like Ralph was, but also has like sort of taken the tech role of Cisco because he doesn't.
He's supposed to be two characters in one.
Yeah, and it just doesn't. The dynamic is just weird. None of the characters are, from what I've seen recently, it just doesn't feel good anymore. It's not the great show that it used to be. It was really good through 5 seasons, like really, really solid. Whereas Arrow, and I was a huge fan of Arrow, was like solid in season 1, 2, then it like faded away a little bit, then it got really good in season 5, and then it was just not very appealing up until they did the big old crossover stuff for Arrow, where it was 8 episodes of like him going and traveling and meeting all the characters that he's seen in the past, fixing mistakes in the timelines and stuff like that, gathering a team sort of thing. And until then, like it was just like hit or miss every week sort of thing. So and the Flash is sort of in that same spot right now, and so is all these other shows.
Yeah, so, Flash is due for one more season after that. It's going for a season 9.
I think we get 10. Then I talked to Dylan about why.
Season 9. I think they're going to stop after that. Well, they have to stop after that.
I think we get 10. And there's I talked to Dylan about this the other day. There's the Flash headline from that newspaper. Remember that from season 1? It was like the big old focal point when he goes missing. The date on that is, I think, July something of 2024. So we're 2 years out from that. This season will end in a few months, and then like season 9 will go through 2023. And if they got a season 10, at some point they'd hit that date, and it would probably be close to the finale. So it's like July, which is 2 months out, probably when we're getting the finale of this season, and then 9, and then 10, the finale of the season, and possibly the show would end with the season 10 stuff. That's probably...
I think they'll probably just stop at 9. After 9, I think
he's like, I hate the show, I'm done. That's fair. No, I get it. It's falling off hard.
I hate the show, but I don't know what you want now. Well, why are you being disrespectful, buddy?
Hey, no, I'm just saying. Hey, I'm just saying.
You know what? No. I'll come for you.
He's whipped out the bat twice now. Oh no!
I think 3 times, 3 or 4 times already. You just haven't noticed.
It's been at least 3 times.
Oh God, I only saw 2. I'm getting whacked in the back of the head without noticing someday. That's gonna happen. No, it's definitely fallen off. Some of the other shows that were canceled this last year, when they went to go renew everything, they canceled Black Lightning. And then this year they've canceled Batwoman and Legends of Tomorrow. Supergirl ended last year too, I think, right? Or was that 2 years ago? Do you remember?
No idea.
I think
it ended 2 years ago.
Okay, that's what I wanted to say. So basically 2 years ago,
at least
Supergirl's gone.
Like, would have been 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, 2 seasons ago. Basically the year that the big old crossover stuff happened, that was their last year. And then Melissa Benoist had a child, and they ended the show the next year or something like that. So yeah, but anyways, they ended Supergirl 2 years ago or whatever. They ended Black Lightning this year or last year. This year they ended Batwoman and Legends of Tomorrow back to back, and Flash is the only thing remaining left of those original shows.
Did they end the Stargirl?
Yes, I think they did actually. Let me look. Stargirl's also technically in a different universe. When they set all the universes, when they did Crisis on Infinite Earths, she was set in a different universe, so she's not.
Same with Supergirl as well.
Yeah. No, Supergirl became part of the universe. She was originally not. She like was on a different universe, and then because of Crisis, she ended up getting. Oliver made it so that like her and Black Lightning were both in two separate universes. So then like when he like went to assemble his team, they were on it or whatever, and then like they ended up like he merged when he recreated the universe or whatever as the Spectre. He put them all on the same Earth, but then he like Stargirl wasn't like ever a part of that run, so like
no, not yet.
Yes, they made her on a separate Earth. I don't know if that show is actually running, so I'm gonna look it up really quick. I think it might be actually. It says 2 seasons. Oh no, wait. So season 2 ended November 2nd, 2021, and then there hasn't been anything this year. If it was gonna, it was only 13 episodes though, so yeah, they ended it at episode 13, I would guess, because usually it's like 23 for the CW shows. Season 1 only had 13 too. So it went from 13. Well, that's weird. So they had to have ended it at season 2. So season 1 went from May 18th of 2020 to August 10th of 2020, and then August 10th, 2020 was season 2, the start, and then it ran through November 2nd of 2021. Or no, that's weird. It's all in 2021. So there might be, I don't know. There might be another season like in November or August or something like that.
For what?
Let me see for Stargirl.
So we're currently in season 8?
Wait, what?
Yes.
Oh, Flash? For Flash, yeah. I was like, what? Yeah, I think that's correct.
So I found who replaced Cisco. His name is Chester.
Yeah, Chester.
Runk.
Yeah, I mean, he's an okay character, I'm sure. I haven't seen enough to really gauge it. I've only seen the Armageddon stuff recently.
He's apparently a scientist who also goes by the name of Streamer.
Yeah. He does like a bunch of live streams all the time.
I got you. They're saying that Stargirl was renewed for a 3rd season.
Okay. Yeah. It's technically in another universe. Like John Wesley's ship, Jay Garrick showed up in it, but that's because it's like set in the past, sort of like with Alan Scott and like all the 40s characters or whatever, all like back in that time frame. So that's why he showed up, because technically he's alive back then or whatever. But yeah, no, it's completely separate from the rest of the CW shows in the Arrowverse. It's like halfway connected. It's like when Oliver did the like creation of the universe, he put Doom Patrol on Earth 3 or something like that. He put Stargirl on Earth 17 or something like that. I don't know. There was like Brandon Routh Superman, who was a part of that storyline. They put him on like Earth 98 or something like that. So they just like he split everybody up and threw them in random spots or whatnot. But then like brought the main Arrowverse characters together. So everybody that's like from the main Arrowverse is done for, except for the Flash.
Barry. Yep.
Yeah. So it's pretty bleak.
It is bleak, but if you think about it, like besides the other newer shows, besides Black Lightning, Batwoman,
yeah,
both Arrow and Arrow pretty much set everything up for the CW verse, pretty much.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and once Arrow ended too, that just like kind of not destroyed, but like nobody really. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased because I loved Arrow, but like nobody cared after that.
After it ended, I'll give you that it's like, okay, Arrow's done, it's officially done. But people were still looking forward to the Flash, because Flash was like the next whole momentum for him.
Yeah.
To be like the one to lead on the other shows.
Yeah.
That one, the Flash kept on going, and then Flash slowly started dying after the drama with Elongated Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. After that happened, the show died down a little bit, and people lost interest after that.
I think that the problem is the Flash isn't even like the leader of his own team sometimes.
No.
So like, how is he expected?
Because it's a team. They all are leaders.
Yeah, and it's like how are you supposed to carry the Justice League on going forward without Oliver when you just don't feel like you're in control of your own city? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's probably why I just don't. I'm okay with like all these shows ending, and like I'm like, yeah, no, it just didn't feel right. Not that like Grant Gustin isn't good as the Flash, but it's like the way they set up his problems and like the villain of the week stuff, and him like failing over and over with the amount of power he should actually have. It's like, dude, come on, like your power levels are way better. You should have like higher stakes every single week, or at least like a good overarching villain. They had like Cicada, Bloodwork, who was season 7, Mirror Master, who all were like subpar villains that like dragged it out for a whole season in season 5, 6, and 7 back to back. And it's like, dude, all of these guys should get easily clapped by the Flash. None of these plans should have gone as long as they could have. Like, they should have caught this person so long ago. He's the Flash. He can manipulate time. You know what I mean? Like,
he could, but the problem is, though, he's not that smart. I don't forget.
He is supposed to be, though. That's the problem. In the comics, he's a genius.
He is, but he still gets outplayed by most of the other villains. If you think about it.
Not really, and not in the.
If you think he does.
Like, not the basic villains, like some like guys like the.
I mean, if you're saying all these villains should be easily done one person, the show will be done within like 2 seasons already, and then that's it.
Well, I mean, no, not really. Yeah. I mean, they can make it. I don't know exactly what I want.
Nah.
But it's hard to do a TV show in this way, where this guy's like on the level of like Superman. You know what I mean? And he's like fighting.
No, like, not really. Not really. Superman is more of a god tier now.
He's more durable.
Wait, who's on the level of Superman?
I think Barry is.
The Flash.
The Flash?
No.
Oh yeah, the Flash is supposed to be on the level of Superman.
Yeah, at least like speed wise and like power level wise, because of how much he
power level wise. I mean, okay, maybe, but come on.
So get this: the Flash should beat every single person other than Superman.
Yes, exactly.
I'll give him that one.
So Superman's God.
Yes.
Right.
So yeah, God tier.
What is somebody who can beat everybody other than Superman?
Other than Superman. Just under God. I don't know what to call it. But that's I guess.
I would also put that as God tier though.
Yeah.
Because it's also been stated in the comics that every time they race, Barry
wins.
Holds back.
Yeah, he holds back.
Of course, yeah, he's supposed to. He's supposed to be the world's. He's supposed to be the fastest man alive. He's supposed to have the speed.
Yeah. He can hit on the power levels of Superman if he speeds up enough, sort of thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like.
Well, so there's this one comic that came out. It was, I think it was a Reborn comic.
Okay. Rebirth.
Rebirth, yeah. And it was one of the first ones. I think it was a Titans comic.
Okay.
But they were talking about the return of Kid Flash.
Yeah.
Wally.
When they had 2 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, when there were 2 Wallies. And one of the Wallies came in and he was saying, no, Barry is so fast. He literally saved me while on the West Coast, and he was on the East Coast, within 2.3 seconds of it happening.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So like
0.23 seconds.
Yeah. And the problem I have with it is like they go I guess the problem that I have with the Flash is it's been 8 years. And he's leveled up so many times. They even like make references to like, oh, I need to level up in the show like all the time.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest issue with the show from a lot of what I see with a lot of people is that he still acts like he doesn't know what he's doing.
He's still like
exactly
learning his powers 8 years in. It's like at that point you've got the hang of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's not more like, oh, I need to get this much faster. It's like, dude, you should have already hit your sort of peak.
Yeah,
you know
correct.
what I mean?
I don't even think so. They're not even starting to work on the Flash Museum in the show, right?
Yeah, that should have already been.
I don't think so. I haven't
They
seen
had like the Flash Day, and that's as far as it's gone.
But like in that comic, or not the comic, the
in the
headline.
future. Yeah, in the future.
The Flash Museum is there, isn't it?
Yeah, the Flash Museum is like where they have like a an event at the Flash Museum in memoriam for him. I think is in the head or in the like.
So maybe they make the Flash Museum like.
They can't make it in a day. They're not the Flash. Sorry.
No, but like maybe quickly, essentially, like they're like, okay, we're gonna make the Flash Museum, and then like the Flash ends up going away,
disappearing. Yeah, they have to have made it by now, but like they've shown it in the show in the future, like that it's a thing, and they have like artifacts of like all his villains and stuff like that stored away. So he's like caught everybody, been solved all the mysteries. The only thing that they don't have is like anything on the Reverse Flash because he's the reason that Barry has to turn into a lightning bolt and give himself powers, sort of create this little loop of time or sort of thing. So
I do like that idea that you were saying though.
Yeah, I hope that's how they wrap the show in season 10 is like when he disappears it's because that's like such a classic.
That would definitely be a good for. I'll give you that one.
I would love it.
So I still believe they'll stop after 9.
You said that they're canceled Legends of Tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
they already did.
Legends is done.
And they didn't. Did they ever introduce the Blue Beetle in it or no?
No. They were doing a last ditch effort to introduce Booster Gold.
Or Booster Gold, yeah.
So, but yeah.
Did they introduce him at all or no?
I think he showed up. He's the guy from Scrubs.
Donald Facian.
Yeah.
Facian.
I think he showed up as a cameo at the very end of the last episode they released for their final season, and then they were supposed to do something in the future like preventing things, but like the show had been so goofy and unserious for so long that like they were like, yeah, no, it's not worth it to dump this much money into it at this point.
It was making a mess.
I'm just dropping my little balls.
His Bakugan. I'm just kidding.
Making a mess, man. He's dropping all his balls all over the floor, man. Like, come on.
Balls. Not the balls. But
balls through the walls.
Yeah. Legends of Tomorrow was just such a goofy show where they just didn't take it seriously. Nothing had any sort of like repercussions anymore. Like their first season with Vandal Savage was really good. Then they did some other time stuff in season 2. Then they had people just start leaving.
I have a bit of a mini article here for what I picked up.
Hit it.
It says here Legends of Tomorrow showrunner Keito Shimizu revealed that Donald Flash's Booster Gold was added to the 7th season to attract new viewers. Yeah. Legends of Tomorrow's co-runner confirmed that Booster was intended to save the CW series from cancellation.
Yeah,
it was supposed to save it.
Their last-ditch effort to be like, oh man, look, people are interested for season 7, and then there wasn't.
Well, I mean, so if season 9 is what you are telling me that they were trying to do,
yeah, we're gonna talk about that next week, though. So
Like, but if it is that is, then Booster Gold is a perfect person to be in that as well.
Oh yeah.
Especially leading into the final season, if the final season ends up being season 10.
Yeah.
Like, that's a really good
character to have around during that sort of story. Yeah. I think I mean it's good that they introduced him. I know that in the past what was really cool with the Arrow stuff and through Flash, like even season 3 or 4, is all the showrunners were like working in tandem. So like, and then it got so big that like Greg Berlanti and Andrew Kreisberg had like a thing where he got canceled, but like they were all working on all the shows together in tandem. And so like it felt super cohesive, and then they like added Batwoman, Black Lightning, Supergirl, Superman, and Lois recently. I think they're in season 2 or 3. Like they had all these things and they couldn't stretch and do all the projects all at once. So they had to start splitting off and like having people focus on certain things, and then they'd come together just for the crossover, and then that's it. And most of the time they were just trying to integrate whatever the storyline for that show was into the crossover somehow. And so then it seemed like this weird adjacent thing that wasn't related to the crossover.
If I may add something here, Superman and Lois have not been canceled yet, so they're one of the shows still left.
But they're not even on the CW anymore. They're on HBO Max. So they didn't get.
And they'll probably stay there for a bit too.
Yeah, they didn't get renewed on the CW, is what I thought. Like they didn't. The CW didn't want to pick it up, and so like
and HBO just picked it up.
Yeah, so they did like their pilot, and then but the rest of like that universe is done. Like I guess
they're saying that they might be prepared to go back to CW. Supposedly, I'm not sure. It says over here.
It kind of depends, I think, on how well it does on HBO.
It's done pretty good, from what I know. I think it should stay there, though. I think a lot of these like TV shows should stay on streaming platforms. Yeah. Because then they have a lot more wiggle room of what they want to do. Yeah. It's less.
Peacemaker would not have survived if it was on the CW.
Dude,
no,
it wouldn't even have aired. It wouldn't.
No, definitely. Like, just think about if they tried to do the same storyline, but ended up making it PG.
Yeah, it would not. It would suck. It would be horrible. Yeah.
And I'd love to see a gritty kind of Superman on HBO.
Yeah.
That would actually be really cool.
They've
how gritty though? How gritty? Because
Bizarro.
Injustice style Superman.
That has to be a movie. That has to be a movie. It can't be a series. It has to be a movie.
Yeah.
If it has to be an Injustice, it has to be a movie.
It could be like
there's no way you can't make that a series. It has to be a movie.
It could be.
Well, it doesn't have to be a movie. So it can start off with a Superman that is going through his life crises, seeing all of his close friends dying. Ends up that's the first couple seasons or the first season. He ends up seeing all of his really close friends dying. The only one that doesn't die is Bruce Wayne, because Bruce Wayne is eternal.
Yep. Bruce Wayne always lives. He never dies.
Batman's got here. You heard it here, folks.
Yep.
Yeah.
True.
But I don't know. Now I'm just trying to incorporate.
No. I have no problem with that. I have no problem.
My brain was going, ooh, and then we can incorporate Terry McGinnis into the later season. Terry McGinnis has to be the one that stops Superman.
God.
Ultimate crossover right there.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
But my brain went to the episode of Static Shock where he went into the future.
Oh yeah.
And Terry McGinnis was in there, and they all were fighting to stop Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if there was a way that they could do that to where the first season of this Superman is leading up to him turning into the villain.
Yeah.
And then they could make a new show or just call it something else, and then it is all these other people Hawkboy and Terry McGinnis essentially. Bruce Wayne is still there, but he's leading the team from the shadows.
Yep.
because that's kind of what he did through Terry's earpieces and telling Terry, like, this is what you do.
Okay.
Although, I mean, I'd love to see a live action Static Shock that it wasn't trash.
Oh yeah, that'd be fantastic. I'd love it.
Like we've gotten a couple like fan made ones, and one of them was actually like pretty good.
Yeah. I remember they talked about introducing him into Black Lightning before it was canceled, but then never made it, far enough in.
Nah, I cannot see that. Speaking of that, is he still in the Young Justice, or is he no more?
Static Shock.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was. I
could swear I saw him in one of the seasons earlier. In the earlier shows.
The last time I saw him was in season 2 of Young Justice.
Yep.
And he was with Jaime. Like, him and Jaime were just getting introduced.
Yeah.
And then there was no more Static Shock.
Evan, can you clarify this?
Yeah, I think you're. I don't remember.
It was like him, Jaime, and a girl.
Okay, yeah.
And they had their own 3-episode arc.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is still a part of it. I lied. I remember. So they introduced him in the beginning of, or sometime in season 2, and then they did this metahuman facility where they basically just trained everybody to use their powers, and that's in Taos. And Static was there. I don't think he has his. Actually, he does have his name because he was partnered with Black Lightning. Basically, he's still there, but he's not part of the Justice League or anything. He's part of Garfield Logan's team, the Outsiders, though. So he is still there.
Okay.
Sorry, it took me a second to think of that.
Okay.
He is still in Young Justice. He is still in Young Justice. We're good. Sorry. I thought they had. Yeah, I was trying to look up also at the same time, ironically, if there was any news on Static Shock, being a thing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I can't find anything. So
I think if they would have done this any form of Static Shock stuff earlier, then it would have been good, because all of the people in our age group would have hopped on that and watched that.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
If it ended up being good, other people would watch it too.
Oh yeah, of
100%.
course.
100%.
But because Static isn't a name brand like Hero and DC in general,
Yep.
That's kind of what hurts him the most, I think.
I believe so, but I mean, a lot of people will remember the Static Shock animation series from back in the day as well. Remember?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. Besides for the final episode, which
it did. But it also, the good thing about that is that they had its crossover with Batman and I think someone else. They had another crossover with someone else.
They did a couple crossovers. They did it with Batman Beyond, and then the Justice League Unlimited crossover.
Yep.
So, okay, so there was something at one point actually set in stone. I don't think it's a thing anymore. Michael B. Jordan was supposed to play Static.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, and I just don't think it ever happened. This was in 2021 when it was announced at DC Fandom, October of 2021, so a year ago, and there's no news since.
That's not that long ago.
They are working on, I wonder if I can go to IMDb and see anything that's official. If it's.
I mean, if they're trying to a Static Shock live, he has to be a little bit young. He has to be maybe around high school, going towards the end of his high school years, I believe.
I don't think they have to. I mean, it would be the best if they did, but Michael B. Jordan is young enough looking that he could pull off a senior in high school.
Yeah, I guess you could do it. I think he's done.
It would be kind of weird, but he could do it.
Yeah, it would look a little weird, but yeah, I'm looking through his stuff on here to see if I can find anything.
He is 35, so what do you guys think? He could pull it off?
He's just young enough looking. when he's clean shaven, completely clean shaven, and like they can even put like the makeup on, like they can put makeup on him to make him look younger.
Yeah.
Like, I really like old Static's look though. Like when he got like the gray dreads and stuff. Like looks,
yeah, that's pretty dope.
Like, because he looks like like Idris Elba. Ooh, Idris Elba Static.
Old Shock. I'd love to see him as actual, like, no, as Black Lightning. That'd be pretty dope. Like in the movies. I don't know though. I just looked to see if I could find anything. There's nothing on that project. There's nothing else outside of that article. So nothing is happening.
That's fine though. That's fine. Maybe in the future, in the near future, we'll see.
Anyway, we've verged from our talk on how bad CW has been
to finding a way to get a Static Shock live action.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're all DC if you think about it. I mean, it's all DC related.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, I think that's pretty much about it. We didn't get our secret segment today, so that's okay.
Ooh, what's the word?
I can't tell you.
John Karczynski.
No, no, we said all those. You're not gonna guess. I'll tell you after.
Wong.
No, it wasn't.
Benedict Wong.
No, it's Ezra Miller. Actually, we were going to talk about their reshaping things in an article I read about that, and the official stuff they're actually putting in motion now. But it's not important actually. It's just it's more rumors actually more than anything because I can't find the actual source who said it at Warner Brothers. Just they've said that they're doing meetings currently for this. So yeah, but anyways. That's this week's episode. We will see you guys next week. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for watching. And any closing statements, boys? Just the fucking.
No.
Oh God.
No, not really.
Be careful. Sleep with one eye open.
Probably. I don't know. Just like, comment, subscribe, and check out our videos.
Remember the polls.
Yeah, go to check the polls on Twitter.
Yeah,
we'll have
vote or else.
Yeah, vote or else you're gonna get whacked in the head. Yeah, we have a lot of social posts going out.
Kenobi coming up this week.
Oh yeah, this guy's gonna be covering Kenobi.
Friday.
That's coming out on
Friday.
So you'll
Friday
see
at
videos
3 a.m.
sometime.
I'm not.
Next week, sometime after next week's episode, I would guess. So.
No, like the first week of Kenobi, which is the last week of May, it's gonna be 2 episodes on Friday.
Yep. Oh, I meant your review episode. Sorry, that's when you'll see.
Oh yeah. Don't worry. I'll talk to you about the schedule plan and all that stuff privately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right after this. Just kidding.
Right after these messages.
Right after these.
Evan, we're gonna have a talk. Evan.
Oh God, I'm scared. Dylan, don't leave. Anyways, that's all we have for you this week. Thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to do all those things we told you about, and we'll see you next time.
Help us grow the channel, guys, please.
Do it.
Thank you.